Hello, we're here live in Lyndonville, Vermont, where currently we have a very nice cloudless day. As you can see, we do have some high clouds starting to build in, but that shouldn't lead to much of a big deal going in throughout the day. It was quite the cold morning out there today, as we see here in Saranac Lake, New York, had a low temperature this morning of -20 degrees, with the clear skies leading to perfect radiational cooling conditions. But as the high March sun angle starts to cut through those cold temperatures, we will be rising up potentially into the 30s today. So looking live right now, here's what we have for temperatures. As we can see over Maine and New England, we're pretty solidly in the teens and 20s. But as we look off towards Michigan right now, we're starting to see some upper 30s to lower 40s starting to creep in right now, as the warm air coming in from the high moving just off the coast of New Jersey and the Delmarva is bringing in the southwesterly flow. So, looking right now, here's that high pressure system I was talking to you about right here, right over central Pennsylvania. As it continues to move off to the east, we will start to see the warmer air continue to flow in to Vermont. As we move in through the day today, things are looking pretty tame, as well as earlier in the morning on Friday. But as we move on into the afternoon on Friday, we're going to expect some thick cloud cover to be moving in, as well as some heavier snow showers moving into the southern part of Vermont, as seen right here, looking like Mount Snow will do well after last chair on Friday afternoon, as well as the Berkshires of Massachusetts. Northern Vermont will likely be in the lighter side of the snow until later into the evening on Friday. As we can see here, though, the Champlain Valley and most of upstate New York will change over to either sleet or rain by around 18Z on Friday, as the low is just north of Michigan. That is putting us pretty well in the warm sector right there. But eastern Vermont, good news for you. It's looking, well, that is if you love the snow. It is looking more increasingly likely that we will stay all snow throughout the whole event, especially here in the Northeast Kingdom. Looking here, when the majority of the precipitation is about to leave, looking at thermal profiles here at 22Z on Friday, we're looking like we're going to be pretty well in the cold. Well, not pretty well, but we'll be cold enough for snow likely here in Lyndonville throughout the whole event, maybe lingering as some freezing rain towards the end of the event. But as you can see here in the thermal profiles, this dotted line right here is the freezing line, and the temperature line, which is in the red, stays below that the whole way through the atmosphere, which means we will likely remain snow throughout the whole event here in Northeast Vermont. But when we look at the temp profiles here in Burlington, Vermont, we're going to be looking at more of a real quick changeover to rain from snow to rain. As we can see here, we are the bottom 300 mil, or the from 700 millibars down. We are pretty much above freezing throughout the whole column there. So, just summing that up, Northeast Vermont will likely stay all snow throughout the whole event, but anywhere to the south of that and to the west will likely uh, have a quick bout of snow and then turning over to all rain. And after, say, 0Z Saturday, this precipitation will generally turn into more of an orographic enhanced event. Maybe getting some lighter snow showers through central Vermont throughout the rest of the day on Saturday, but then the event starts to wind down. And that's all we're going to be talking about for today. But as you can see, a new system is going to be developing just off to our west here in Michigan. But that will likely be what we talk about tomorrow, as well as the system that is going to be pushing through on Friday. So looking at snowfall amounts for this system, we're generally in the valleys going to be looking for a general 1 to 3 inch snowfall. I'd say this is a little bit bullish in the Champlain Valley. I think we get at most an inch out of it because the rain will kick right in afterwards. But up here towards Lyndonville, I wouldn't be surprised if we're closer to the 3 inch side of that range, as we'll likely stay snow throughout the whole event, or maybe a slight changeover to sleet at times throughout. But for you skiers out there, looking from Sugar Bush to Killington to Mad River to Stowe, we'll likely be seeing could be seeing up to a foot of snow in the higher elevations there. Likely seeing about 3 to 6 at the bases of the mountain. Jay Peak, on this one, you're not. It's more the southern mountains of Vermont that are going to get the brunt of this one, as the southwesterly flow favors them a lot more than Jay. But Jay will still get out fare pretty well, faring with about 10 inches of snow, may get a foot, but that is slightly less likely here. So that is your forecast going through the next 60 hours here in Vermont. As always, leave comments below if you have any questions that for me to answer during our next podcast tomorrow at noon. Thanks for listening.